Whenever you are set, please join.
Jordan Frank,
Yes.
Mike Regala,
Here.
Karen Tinus. Here. Rob Parrish.
Here.
Lena Drain.
Here. Number 4, any public comments related to agenda items? Seeing none. Number 5, review and approval of the minutes of the regular board meeting dated Thursday, December 12th. Motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve. Second.
Comments, discussions? Nothing? All in favor?
Aye. Yes.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Number 6, township warrants for approval for payment tonight, January 9th, in the amount of $21,161.92. Can I get a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second.
I'll second.
Comments, questions, discussion? Nothing? Okay, seeing none, when you're ready for a roll call, please. Joni?
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Mike Regala,
Yes.
Jordan Frank,
Yes.
Karen Tinus.
Yes.
Lena Drain.
Yes, motion carries. Number 7, road district warrants for approval tonight, January 9th, in the amount of $55,962.87. Motion to approve?
I'll make a motion to approve.
Second?
Second.
Comments, questions, discussions?
I know he's not here, but there's some credit card bills in here for Billy Evans to go to a chiropractor. I was just wondering if it's a workman's comp or if we have any idea what it's for.
I called on that. He did get hurt, but it was not enough to do a workman's comp claim, and he just kinda tweaked himself, and he didn't really miss work. I thought that's what he told me, but, he's better, and he's not going anymore.
Okay. So tweaking him back.
Yeah.
Anything else? Roll call when you are ready, please, Joni.
Mike Regala,
Yes.
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Jordan Frank,
Yes.
Karen Tinus.
Yes.
Lena Drain.
Yes, motion carries. Number 8, appointment of Diane Raycraft as trustee of the cemetery board for a 6-year term.
You didn't mention that, yes.
Motion to approve.
Oh, I'll make the motion.
Second.
I'll second the motion.
Any comments or questions or discussions for Diane or anybody?
Have you met Mr. Bowles?
I have not. Oh, so I'm gonna look forward to that.
He's a great man.
Yeah, you'll like him.
He's a character.
Cemetery would be lost without him. He was
Yeah.
gonna come tonight, I told him it was up to him, but he's been caring for his father, so he's been staying out in Harvard a lot.
Hopefully you can get me his contact information and I can reach out to
Absolutely.
him.
You can meet him February 5th.
I also might have it before you go.
I'm not, our meetings are the first Monday. Don't quote me on the date, but I'll email you.
Okay. I get back from Norway at like 2:00 in the morning that day.
That's fine,
I will do my best.
that's fine.
I'll give you his number before you go.
Okay, thank you.
Wear your sunscreen.
You wanna do a roll call, please?
I got boots.
On an appointment.
Okay. And it's Jordan Frank,
Yes.
Mike Regala,
Yes.
Rob Parrish,
Yes.
Karen Tinus.
Yes.
Lena Drain.
Yes, welcome, thank you.
Congratulations.
If you can beat me up by the flag, we're just gonna do your
Sign
sign in here. I'll let you, everybody wants to see.
Jordan,
you.
Jordan,
Private flag.
Oh.
Just raise your
Oh,
right
yeah.
hand. I, Diane Raycraft,
I, Diane Richter,
have been appointed
have been appointed
to the office of trustee
to the office of trustee
in the Nunda Township Cemetery Board
in the Nunda Township Cemetery Board,
Nunda Township
Nunda Township,
in the county of McHenry.
County of McHenry.
Aforesaid do solemnly swear
Aforesaid do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support the Constitution
that I will support the Constitution
of the United States
of the United States
and the Constitution
and and the Constitution
of the State of Illinois,
of the State of Illinois,
and that I will faithfully discharge
and that I will faithfully discharge
the duties of trustee
the duties of trustee
for the cemetery board
for the
to
cemetery
the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
Thank you. All right, thank you much. Congratulations. Thank you.
Number 9, any new business? Nothing? Number 10, any old business?
Who do you have doing your snow removal?
The road district. Under old business, I got information on the investigation, from a FOIA. And as of December 3rd, a call was made to, Dave McCardle, Rob Parrish, and Mike Lesperon said the investigation is over. State's attorney Keneally denied criminal charges in reference to this investigation. So I thought we needed to update that. Do you have anything else you know about it?
No, other than we still have an outstanding bill that we all agreed to pay, and you didn't pay it,
Right.
which is, I think you only have 20 days to pay it from the.
I notified him
Okay.
in writing, and that's my other question to you is, the board did not approve the one bill. They approved the other bill, but I don't know that the work was done for Nunda.
I did see that there's also finance charges that are accruing, and there was no engagement agreement that would have allowed for that, because I know you asked him for it. And I still don't think that there should have been work done, and I think this is your point, before the board actually approved it, and he knew that the board hadn't approved it, and he still billed time for work that wasn't authorized yet. So,
So what are our
I agree
options?
with you.
so, at this point,
I notified him in writing
right,
after,
they're not gonna pay it,
and that the other one wasn't approved,
right.
and
so
I
it's
received
just-
no feedback.
I know, so at this point, there it is. It's up to him.
I believe the bill was approved, well, I'll have to go back and look at the minutes again of the video, I believe
It
it
was
was
approved.
approved. And then there was a continuing discussion after that, after you offered up your letter. But it was approved, the payment, which we get that all the time. There's a line item budget, and what the majority of the board agrees to pay for it, it should be paid for. And we agree to pay it, it needs to be paid. Same thing happens in the road district, there's multiple things in here that I don't agree should be.
Well, that's a little bit different, because he has control over his payments, and that, we've gone through that. But here, that there's an $18,000 bill for nothing, and that's where the problem comes in.
I would say the problem is up to the 14th.
The what?
The problem is up to the 14th, when we agreed upon as a board.
14th?
The December. That's the indifference that you had told me that we had a problem with, is the fact that there was billable hours on there before the 14th.
Oh, I get what you're saying. So, no, I had said that there was a problem with the whole thing. So, the problem with the whole thing was that he was hired to do something. There was no records that were ever given to substantiate that.
No
There was
work product.
There was no communications, there was no work product, and there was no report back. There's no engagement letter, there's no nothing. There was, I asked him, and I was laughed at and told no by your attorney, and because.
Our attorney, we agreed as a
No,
majority.
but he's your attorney, Bob. He's your personal attorney that, in your litigation.
There's 4 of them over there that are my attorneys.
Okay, but he's the guy.
He was not.
He was the guy that signed the complaint. So, anyway, so, there was no records that were ever provided to the township to substantiate the work. The township, Lita asked, and I asked, provide that information to her as a supervisor.
Okay,
It
maybe
wa-
we need to bring Mr. Canali in here now that he's not the state's attorney anymore, because he specifically told me, do not give up any information or your attorney give any information until an investigation has been thoroughly completed.
Well, and the attorney.
I'm not an attorney, I'm not the
No,
state's
the-
attorney.
And he's not either.
Right.
So at this point, when asked, there was no indication from David McCardle that he couldn't provide information to township supervisor. He just said, I'm not doing it.
More than once.
So,
Yeah, I don't know if I was privy to the direct conversations that they had. I know what you told me, what.
there were emails and he couldn't produce the information. I
I
thought he
reported that in the
copied you.
meetings.
I thought he copied you. And Joanne.
Look at the whole thing, and I know what the issue was with the billing, and I agreed to it also that same
Well,
night.
but it was also, there was no work product to substantiate that, to substantiate the billing. And it was requested, and there was alleged work product, there was a report. From what I read, there was a binder that was turned over. The town board had a right to see that, and the town board's the entirety of the town board.
Well, my understanding from this former state's attorney was I was not supposed to indulge any of the information that was going back and forth in front of me, because you had personally represented the road
I
district.
had
Listen,
never, I represented him, Michael Esperance, related to a couple of different things. I didn't even know where Wedner Road was. I had nothing to do with that. And I had nothing to do, you gave me certain documents, not all the documents that you had, and you said, look at these, and you came up with more that you had in your possession. So I chased my tail on that also. The police chased their tail on that, and nothing came of it. He didn't own the property. The Tynuses had sold the property. The guy that bought the property, when they talked to him, he thought that Mike had no rights into it, to the common area. And the only reason the common area, he still owned it was because no tax bill was generated. Had a tax bill been generated, that would have been dealt with, but there wasn't because it was worthless. And the Crago guy said to the police, I thought I owned it. He had no right to do that. It went nowhere. And somebody should have said that at step one.
when I sat down with the state's attorney with all the information that was gathered by McCardle, the state's attorney believed that there was a crime committed and asked the sheriff to investigate it. At that point, I felt that the township's responsibility was validated in finding an outside attorney beyond you to investigate it. So,
Okay.
the warrants for payment were agreed upon and should have been paid. I'm not fighting for Mr. McCardle. Mr. McCardle makes his own fight here. I'm just saying that if it's a warrant for payment for $350,000 of asphalt, whether we agree it was on a dedicated Nunda road or not, it still doesn't matter. If the board approves to pay it, the board approves to pay it. Some say no, some say yes, but if the majority says we pay it, we pay it. And it's always been the fact that it's the budget. If it's a line item budget within the budget of the township or the road district, they have the right to spend it. I still believe 100% there was warrant to looking into the investigation of township money used for private gain. I still believe it's wrong, because there wasn't a Nunda flooding issue. Even the former road commissioner will say that there was no flooding in that area.
Well, from what I read, other people
Other
said
people say there
that there
was.
was.
The homeowners say there was.
The homeowners
Yeah,
said
his
there
buddy
was.
that he hunts with are on the corner there.
No,
The
the
garage
people
goes
across
down
the street.
Right, on, what is it, Nancy? What's the first road there?
Water resource manager said there was a problem there for the county. The IDNR guy said that there was a problem.
Coming from the IDNR, which was the water spilling off Mike's property.
No,
Not that
that's
it was
not
coming
what
from the north, the water was coming from the south,
He said it always flooded that way.
on the south side of Wagner Road.
Oh. Yes,
All right, it was just a question. I mean,
I,
it'll be something for the next board to decide if Mr. McCardle moves forward.
yeah. Yeah.
I'd still like to know what other options there are.
Not pay it, file a lawsuit and declaratory judgment that it wasn't proper. It seems like a waste of time. He's sat on it for months. So if he wanted to file suit, he could certainly file suit.
Okay. Any other old business? Number 11, any public comments? 3 minutes. Nothing?
I'll take less than a minute. I got information from you guys last time, contact phone numbers, about painting the underpass. And since it was right before Christmas, I kinda let it go. So once I get back in February, I'm gonna resurrect it. I did speak with Carl, and he was one of the painters on it. So got a lot of good information from him. Basically, working with Union Pacific is a little difficult, is what he learned last time. So, I'll resume that in February. I haven't forgotten it, I just thought with the holidays, trying to get people's attention would be just too much.
Next to impossible?
Yeah.
Is your intent to apply onto the existing, or are you gonna panelize it and put the panels to it?
I think it depends on the way we go, but if I were to pick, I would say the panels.
Right.
Because they just have to be affixed, and I know that's gonna take time, but it would take certainly a lot less time than if you're gonna paint it up there.
Right.
Because the people that do the panels, they can paint it wherever and then just affix it. Question I have with affixing it though is, I wonder about structural integrity and how does that get affixed? That's beyond my comprehension, so I don't know.
Have you thought, rather than doing
She's got
a painted mural, to do something
they
like
said,
they
and
do
they-
on the
they
graphics on the
like to make
vans and
sure
stuff like that, where they do a full body wrap, and do
Oh,
a
yeah.
wrap on a panel? Because if it goes bad, somebody that's already got it stored, they can just generate another applique and put it
Yeah.
right over the panel again, you know what
I
I'm saying?
will-
Like,
Oh, 100%, yeah.
So,
I will follow.
I mean, then you could really get really creative, you know,
Yeah.
graphics wise, and put some, I mean, you can make it look historic, but you could also make it look hand painted too, but at least it's immediately replaceable.
Yep.
And you haven't lost someone's efforts.
I think it's gonna be a matter of a timeline, in that the first step is gonna be to get it sandblasted or whatever, and then painted, you know,
Isn't
unless
the
we do.
first step to find someone to insure it?
Well, there's that. Yeah, there's a lot of steps. There's a lot of steps, so.
Seems like they want someone responsible before they're gonna give you the go-ahead to do any work.
So that will be a February activity.
Got it. If you have time with all your cemetery board stuff.
Okay, great.
Anybody else?
Scott, do you believe that Mr. Ladd would have any juice left to assist in something like this?
I don't know if he's even around. Is he?
I think they still have the property on the house.
I mean, it's living ages. I saw John Ladd a couple of years ago at something, but it's been years. Jeff Ladd's around.
Junior.
His son,
Junior.
yeah, he's around, it seems. It's really hard to get the railroad to do anything.
Right.
I've had a terrible time with him. Just trying to get a crossing put in that a client of mine was gonna pay for was difficult. So, I wish you luck.
I may just give up and ask for it to be painted white, I don't know.
That's not a bad idea either. I mean, not what you want, but it's better than what's there.
Exactly.
Number 12, I don't really have anything to report. Santa Claus was a pretty good success this year. We were very happy with our turnout. It was fun. Joni,
I have nothing.
let's start with Jordan.
Nothing to report from me.
Mike,
I got nothing.
Rob,
Any capital improvement projects you got on the radar?
working on the assessor's office right now. Painting some offices.
Heat has been working.
I'm sorry?
Heat has been working?
Oh, yeah. That was just the freezing below 40 temps.
Yeah.
I'm good,
Good?
yeah.
Number 13, motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion.
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you for coming, everybody.
Yeah, no.